shift tan, so I write it out. Shift tan, opposite over adjacent, 23 over 15. How do I punch that into my calculator? You need the notes. That I can help you out with, brother. Oh, that I can't. See, I only got 2 copies, or 1 copy. I don't know why. I make 30 copies. There's only 30 of you. Pass that to Ethan. And Luke, are you sure? Because I made 30 copies. And I'm pretty sure I gave these out. You were here yesterday. All right, it was last block. Damn. Wait, maybe I have a magic one in my bag. You just dropped a spoon? Yeah. Yeah, I got a magic one in my bag. But, oh man, you guys, I really don't know how that happens. All right, so obviously I need to leave because for some reason 30 copies have disappeared.
Hey!
I need to steal this. I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves. If you're not done those 3, do them now, and you can go on to the next page and do that too while I'm photocopying.
It's a sun, okay?
It's not like this is going to go.
Are you sure? So it's kind of hold it up. Right now. Oh, cut it already holding it. Yes! I love it. You are really like come back. Cut it. He's holding it up. Oh my god. Did you take it out? No. Never mind. What do you supposed to take out? Notification.
I missed the freaking landing. Okay, how do you do this?
Dude, you're like showing me that. Can I have it back? I'm ready. You're going to the shopping place? Yeah, are you? Yeah. Who are you going with? Right. Same, I'm coming back with her. Oh, yeah. But who? She's coming back to school. Well, yeah. 5% back. You have your mom on Snapchat? Mom. I don't know. It looks like it said home. And then it has your mom on Snapchat. I also have a 5-year brother. You have one? What did you actually get?
Okay, I'm going to say this once and once more only, and this applies to everyone. So everybody needs to be listening to me right now. What?
It was a lie.
If you miss a day, this class is after lunch, which means you come and see me at lunch, so you do not waste 30 people's time. Understand? 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 Good. All right. So, of course, you do that with your calculator, and you get what for an answer? Because I don't have my calculator going right now, so you guys are going to tell me what you got, because you all did it. 57 degrees. We can round off degrees. This one, I need that. So what do I have? I have an angle. My angle, which equals 15 degrees. And I have an opposite, which is x. And I have an adjacent, which is 37. Since I don't need an angle, is it shift tan or regular tan? Regular tan. Tan of 15 equals opposite x over 37. This requires algebra, doesn't it? I did not show you how to do it on purpose to see if you guys would be able to figure it out. Is tan 15 anything but a number? As soon as you hit tan 15 on a calculator, you're going to get a number, aren't you? If I gave you 5 equals x over 2, could you solve it? How? 2 times 5 would get you x, right? So how do you solve this? 37 times tan 15 will get me x. And what is it? Yep, 9.9. And this one, same thing, but I'm at a different spot. So it is tan 70, right, equals opposite 14 over x. Now, we could do this the long way, or we could use the fact that we're smart kids. When x was on top, we multiplied the two. What do you think we do when x is on the bottom? Divide. 14 divided by tan 70 will get me x. 14 divided by tan 70. And what's your answer? 38.4? 5.09. 14 divided by tan 70. Now, Sam, you weren't here yesterday, were you? So your calculator's probably not in the right mode. Christina, can you check and see if she's got a D or a DEG on it? She has DEG. So, Sam, you need to push 14, then divided by. Does she have a forward calculator or a backwards calculator? So 14 divided by tan button 70 equals. Okay? And of course, hopefully you watched the video last night. Everybody's good? Everybody can do tangent? Yeah? Okay? Listen to me and listen to me carefully. What did you have every single time? A picture of a triangle. What do you think you should do every time you do a trig question? Draw a picture of a triangle. Does it matter what the triangle looks like? No, because as we proved yesterday, the triangle shape, size doesn't matter. It's spots on the triangle. Okay, so let's turn the page over. And now we're going to be doing notes. So, you guys are going to learn a bit of new terminology today. You already know opposite, adjacent, and hypotenuse, yes? There's one other piece of information I would like to give you. We use in math this symbol. It's a circle with a line through it. It's not a diagonal line. It looks like an O with like a horizontal line through it. Okay? You call it whatever you want. It's a Greek letter. It means theta. And we use it for angles. So whenever you are doing trigonometry, I cannot stress this enough, write it out. Do I have a theta? Do I have an angle that I know in this triangle? What is it? 30. Why didn't I use 90? Because you're not allowed to use 90. You have to use the acute angles, right? I have a theta. Once I have a theta, that's where I start. There's my hair. There's my big muscles. Right? There's my six-pack. Because, of course, really it's not a six-pack, it's a keg. But that's beside the point. Let's just erase that. This is where I start. I'm going with happy face and lots of hair. Well, wait. Gray hair. There we go. I'm not vain. I admit it's gray. It's okay. This is where I am starting. So where do I look for my opposites and my adjacents? What is my point of reference? I am starting here. So my opposite is x. My adjacent is 24. But I also need to find my hypotenuse. Now, you've all done trig before. I know. I wanted to make sure that you all have done trig before. So let's pretend you haven't done trig before, and you're not going to be able to use anything but tangent. Everybody with me? So, what's the first thing we're going to do here? Well, I have an opposite, I have an adjacent, I have an angle, I don't have an opposite. So what uses opposite and adjacent? Tangent of 30 equals opposite x over adjacent. What math do I do to solve that? Multiply. And what's my answer for x? Everybody do it on your calculator. And don't push clear. So I get out my calculator. I'll have it on the screen because it makes life easier. (24) tan 30 close brackets equals. Everybody happy with that? 13.86. Is everybody okay? Okay. I'm going to leave that there. Why? Because I need it to find y. So now I know this is 13.86. What math tool do I have that finds the third side of a calculator? Third side of a triangle. Pythagoras. Y equals the square root of what? 24 squared plus 13.86 squared. Right? I've got it on my calculator, so I'm going to just go squared, answer squared, plus 24 squared. It's going to get me a number. Then what do I got to do with that number? Square root 768. And y equals 27.71. Can everybody do that? Everyone? Okay. Believe it or not, if you talk to a stranger out in the real world and say, can you do trigonometry? Most of them will say no. If you can do that, you can do the trigonometry. All of it. Doesn't matter what we do. If you get that, you're good. Now, let me give you a real world example. You know when you see those dudes, and it's always dudes, I'm not being sexist, but it's mostly dudes. You see those dudes looking through a telescope at another dude, and they're wearing the vests. You see them on the road when they're doing construction. You know those dudes? They're called surveyors. They're being paid buckets and buckets and buckets of money. Do you know what they're doing? Being pirates. Because they're looking through telescopes, yar, and doing grade 10 math. But everybody thinks they're wizards because they can do grade 10 math. And they're paid buckets of money. Everybody cool? That's all it is. So next time you see those dudes, You'd be like, I could do that job. Okay? Okay. So you guys should be able to do these next 3 all by yourselves, yeah? Go. I'll work too. You can check up and down from mine.
You didn't let me finish. 24 times 10, 30. Yeah. Good job. 24 times 804. No, wait, okay. You have to put brackets. You have to put brackets. See? Talking about, oh, you're doing it wrong.
You two are hilarious. I'm so glad you moved up here.
What is wrong with this? What's your weight calculator? I don't know. Look, 13.35? What? Yeah, I don't know. But I want to get how to do it. How to do it. Oh, okay.
So, there are all the answers highlighted. Now, I don't expect you guys to be getting these on the first try yet. Most of you forgot that you had done trigonometry before, so it didn't really stick in your head that well. And secondly, we've only been doing it for 1 day. You're not going to be experts. You're not going to be as fast as me. You're not going to see the answers as quickly as I do. Right? So everybody chill out and just look. What I want you to notice is how much easier it is if you have a picture and you write out everything you know. A great many of you still, even though I prove it day in and day out to you, that if you actually show work, the math is easier, you still refuse to show the work. If you write it out, it's very difficult to do this wrong. Is everyone okay? Take your time. Make sure you can do this. It's no problem. I'm not going to assign you any work on it yet. I just want to make sure everybody sees how to do it. Now, if you haven't finished, that's okay. Just keep plugging along. All right? If you have finished, mark it with mine. What if you write out all the right work but get a different answer? What's most likely the problem? You're punching into your calculator wrong, or your calculator is in the wrong mode. So we check that it's in degree mode or a D mode, and then we go back and we look. There's a lot of places you can make mistakes. You can forget a bracket On my big calculator, if I forget a bracket, I get the wrong answer. Okay? Now, Ethan, you weren't here yesterday. Have you done trig before? Okay. Make sure you watch the video, right, from yesterday. Luke, same thing. Ewan, same thing. There's a reason I do those videos, right? How do you get it to degrees? Right there. Second, CDRG, degrees. Degree. Now you can use tan, and it'll work. Luke, are you good with your calculator? Are you getting these answers? Awesome. Perfect. Everyone is good? I do the windshield washer with the thumbs up. Or I can do the sprinkler. I know, right? Actually, I can't today. Oh, my son has an audition for a Disney commercial for girls. It's Disney has some new campaign, I Am a Princess, but apparently they need boys. So my son's auditioning. But get this, they don't want white girls. My daughter isn't allowed to audition. You have to be some ethnic group to be a princess, apparently. But they want white guys are okay. Apparently the people that are either supporting or hating the princesses can be white folks. But the princesses have to be people of some kind of other ethnicity. My daughter misses out on a lot of stuff because she has blonde hair and blue eyes. Really? You have no idea how much stuff my daughter misses out on. It says right in it. Sometimes they're nice. They're like, is allowed to be of indeterminate ethnicity. But my daughter has blonde hair and blue eyes. There's pretty much no way to say, she's Persian. It doesn't work. She has blonde hair and blue eyes. Yeah, she could be, but nobody wants Russians or Swedes or, nobody wants them. Because it's not, apparently there's no princesses in any place where there's white folks. It's okay. Yeah, my daughter can't even audition. They won't even let her audition. Technically, no. Because, she'll never know. Because they won't even audition her. Look, guys, I'm not Disney. Okay? Victoria, what started all this is the fact that because I have to get my son to Vancouver for his audition. Well, if only there was 40 minutes every single day that you could come and get help. That I never leave this seat. Oh, well, I have things to do after school when I'm not being paid to be here anymore, right? And I'm here every single day after school, except today. Huh? I get paid a salary. I get paid a salary. I get paid a certain amount per day to be here. Now, the argument is, when does my day end? It ends when I leave here. I stay here till 3:30 every single day. You know how many people I've seen here for help? Like 5. You know how many people I see at lunch when it's your guys' time? None. Crazy, hey? But don't worry, I'll be here most other days after school and most days at lunch. Okay. Plus, just move here? Yeah. You know what? I used to work in a school with a guy who was homeless, even though he was a teacher, and he just moved into the school. He was like a ghost. He just wandered the halls at night. No. The principal was like, you can't live here, man. He's like, okay, I won't. He kept living there.
Did they pay him for
No, they didn't. Is everybody at least at the beginning of okay? All right, now, I need you guys to do me a favor. I'm not sure how your notes work because I realized that I don't like the order I teach this in, and I changed one set of notes, but I don't think I changed the other one. Your next page has this, yes? I don't want to do that now. Turn until you see this, 4-4. Turn until we get the 4, 4. Is everybody at 4, 4? Okay. What in English does that word and that word mean? Up. Everybody agrees? If you incline something, you raise it. If you elevate something, you raise it. Does everyone agree? Okay. So, an angle of elevation must be, you guys aren't stupid, these must be angles that go up. Yes? Up from where is the key question. Now, I will answer it by offering you this. What did I do to describe where we take our opposites and adjacents from? You, or the viewer, is where we count our opposites and adjacents from, yes? So where do you think we count our angles of elevation from? We all agree they go up. Up from where? Bronwyn? Okay. It's not a trick question. I decide in the triangle what opposite and adjacent is from me. So where must the angle of elevation be measured from? You all agree it goes up. Up from where? Scarlett? From me, right? I'm looking directly at Scarlett. I'm giving her the laser eyes from Supergirl. She's not melting because they don't exist. Okay? That is 0. Everyone agree? Now give me an angle of elevation. Where must my eyes go to make an angle of elevation? Up. Does everybody understand? You look at me like, Myers, you're an idiot. Of course we understand that. It's not complicated. And yet, I have been teaching for 17 years, and guess what I have found out? That this apparently is complicated. Everybody cool? So, we're going to show this. We start with us. Give yourself a little self-portrait there, whatever you want to draw. You start from there. Your original line, where you start from, what we call the initial arm, but we're not talking about that yet, goes straight horizontally. Okay? That makes this a vertex. To get an angle of elevation, I raise my eyes skyward. Now, let me ask you this. If I am on top of a building, can I get an angle of elevation? Yes, simply by looking up, because my eyes are the 0, even though I'm off the ground. Does everybody understand that? Okay? Everybody cool? This is it. All right? The angle of elevation is the angle between the ground, and I'm going to put ground in quotation marks because it's not necessarily the ground if I'm on a top of a building, right? Angle between the ground, which I'm going to call the horizontal, right? And what I am looking up at. Now, normally I wouldn't write a sentence that badly. I wouldn't leave at the end of a sentence because that's dangling my preposition, and I would never do that to you. Of course, this sentence should be the angle between the ground and that which I am looking up, or that at which I am looking up. But, you know, this is math class, not English, so I'm going to dangle my prepositions all I want. Everybody okay with that? I have to look up to get an angle of elevation, okay? If a plane is flying over me, what angle is that? It's up, so it must be an angle of inclination or elevation. Does everybody understand that? I'm looking at the top of a building. What is it? Up, so it's an angle of elevation. And where is that angle? Between the ground and what I look at, right? So if I start looking right at Ethan, I aim down my fingers, and then I look up at the top of the Eiffel Tower, and I aim down my finger. My face is where the angle of elevation is. Do you understand that? Okay, it's kind of hard to get that part into the video, but everybody cool? That's the easy one. For some strange reason, though, when we change it to the angle of depression, which is also the angle of declination. Now, you guys are smart kids. Depression means what? Down. I'm feeling down. The water is collecting in a depression because it's a hole. It's down. Angle of elevation is between what and what? The horizontal and what I look up at, yes? So it's in here where my arms are. Do we agree? Okay. Where then is the angle of depression? Between the horizontal and where? Down. It is in here. Now this is the problem. People don't understand why this is the angle of depression. You guys, and not you guys, students that I teach trig to, want to make it this in here. I don't know why that is. They all swear to me up and down every day. We understand angle of elevation. We get it. You look at something and you look up. Duh, of course it's between where you started and where you ended. Okay, what's the angle of depression? Oh, it's in here. Everybody understand why it's here? Because it is still between the horizontal and where my eyes end up. Okay? Now you guys are very, very smart kids. You recognize that this construction, which gave me an angle of declination or depression, can be completed with this red line, can't you? Can't it? Does everyone agree that I can make that rectangle? Everyone agrees that this is an angle of depression, yes? Well, here I am up here. Then down here, I'm going to draw Ethan. Wait for it. I'm drawing Ethan. He's got a bit of blue hair and glasses. He's got blonde hair with a little bit of blue, and he went punk that day. Ethan is down here. Does Ethan have an angle of depression available to him? Angle of depression. No, because he's already on the ground. Does he have an angle of elevation? Yes. Where is it? It is up. Is it here, X, or here, Y? It is Y. And we know that Y equals what? Theta, which is my angle of depression. Does everybody see? I wish I hadn't had to go photocopy. I could have finished that properly and we would have ended right when the bell rang. You have no homework tonight. I am taking trig very slowly. I will see you tomorrow.